Hi, I'm Deadman and it's time for some updates from World of Warships. Do you remember Halloween event with remodeled 3 ships where task was to convoy NPC ship to safe zone? Not so long ago we have opportunity to see some screens from new player versus environment missions. Now on PTR we have chance to participate in them. Well, Halloween event was chance of making PvE more interesting than just simple co-op mode. During patch 0.5.9 there was a mission when player team was fighting more bots than in standard co-op battles. It was very fun but also very difficult as enemy had lots of ships and bots were very accurate. Well, in current patch 0.6.6 I had a chance to fight in 2 missions. First mission with main goal to defend friendly port and protecting friendly carrier was again very difficult, at least in terms to complete all secondary objectives. Mission ends of course if all player dies, and our reward depends from how many objective is completed. At defending mission I had the best experience with carrier. I played also with Battleship, but driving carrier was actually much more funny. Bots again were very accurate. They do not actually change their route so much, but in some cases they are able to outmaneuver some of our torpedo sends in their direction. I think most of issues is caused by the team who don't want to cooperate. Some folks were just sailing somewhere and they pick up random targets instead of killing low HP enemies. This results that more bots was spawning, and with their accurate fire this leads to defeat. Well, we know that mission will be done as weekly. Those presented on PTR were only for tier 5 and 6. After mission, once it was played, the ship received 30 minutes cooldown, which could be taken by using 20 doublons. Actually, I don't think that's a good idea, however this is wargaming. Regarding reward, there was some cash but not so much. Also experience was very low. I would rather say as usual, as in case of cooperative battles. During second mission, which was assault, we attacked enemies, forts and a base and their ships of course. After that I have received 10 skill cap time by completing all primary and secondary tasks. This mission was however much more easy than previous, possibly because it has more building and forts. Those forts were not so accurate as enemy bots. Overall I think missions are fun, and idea can be of course fun but only for a few battles. Missions are scripted. Enemy spawns locations are always the same, so you need basically only the team who knows where to go and willing to cooperate, and it's a quick win. We will see however once final version is implemented into live server. I'm also curious what sort of missions Wargaming will add. We had assault, defense mission. I suspect there will be more kind of escort or maybe intercepting enemy convoy maybe, but this is only my guess, so let's wait for final news from Wargaming. Let's see once the patch is released, if they of course decide to implement this, because during patch 0.5.9 they decided those cooperative battles with larger enemy force were too difficult. Okay, the other changes in the patch were lots of people complaining that American battleships will receive huge buff due to Citadel being lowered on ships like Iowa, Missouri and Montana. Well, yes, Citadel gets lowered, which means you need to just aim lower, but actually Citadel is not getting moved or reduced in terms of length. For me it's a good change as it allows me for some close encounters. Before it was not easy task as this citadel spot, mostly under first and the second turret, in the case of my IA for example, was quickly targeted even if I was not showing broadside, and unfortunately by couple citadel shots and I was in exit menu. So I'm overall happy about this change. Uh, Second change to ships, Yogumo 9th tier of IGN will receive Shimakaze 12 km torps, which is of course a nice addition, but still I see IGN destroyers far away from the competitions. I would rather see some gun buff so I can defend myself or give me at least chance against enemy destroyers. As not always I could so far depend on support fire from the team. Of course those torps is very nice chance, but again it will make gameplay more passive with this ship. Okay, good news for German cruisers players. First good news is that the Nurnberg tier 6 cruiser will receive 360 rotation to rear turrets, which is huge buff and will make gameplay with this ship even better. This was actually lacking, so now the gameplay can be more aggressive. Other change concerns German high explosive shell. So far only German battleships were using improved high explosive shells, but from this patch German cruisers above tier 6 will have it as well. Now HA shell penetration values is calculated as 1/4 of the shell caliber, when it was actually 1/6 of the shell caliber. For example, the penetration value of the HE shell for the Nurnberg is increased from the 24mm to 37mm, having in mind that Nurnberg using 150mm cannons. And of course, if you use internal fuse perk, it will have even better values. However, during my test on PTR, this looks of course nice on paper, but after some testing I didn't see lots of damage done with HE. In my opinion, their armor piercings are still superior. High explosive should do more damage due to penetration, but actually I don't see any significant improvement when I'm trying to hit some battleships. Okay, one more change for the German cruisers. Actually, Hindenburg will receive better protection from large caliber high explosive shell. Actually, this point is a bit unclear because I compared armor from PTR and live server. I don't see any changes. Everything is actually the same. So it's maybe amount of HP is increased for particular ship areas, or something was changed by wargaming in ship characteristic. I don't know, unfortunately due to other things I could not test it properly, but hope people on live server will be happy with that change, so I'm waiting for any feedback regarding that. Okay, we are almost at the end. There are of course some cosmetic changes. Sound got altered. Now you can choose high quality sound or ultra quality sound. This can be set up in your settings in launcher. It's nice change, but I would rather see some kind of gameplay, more gameplay changes, rather than minor and less important sound changes. Other change is battle interface, which will have slight difference. Now it has 3 settings: off, adaptive and full. Adaptive option will show extended information about other ships in 3 instances. First is when they capturing a target, at the specific distance from your ship, and this will be approximately 6.7 kilometers, and for a group of ships that fall into viewing range of your binoculars, and this also depends on the zoom. It's something, again, nothing urgent. I think there's more urgent things in the game to mess around. So actually this change is, I know, not needed thing I hear. Okay guys, actually that is all for this video, and don't forget to leave a comment what you think about this patch release. See ya in my next video.